You can't be on the camp that we should have signed a striker and then also be on the camp that you're Cushing out.
You have to do something different.
Okay.
And we didn't do anything different.
If you're saying the reason we're losing is because we don't have a striker, Cushing is playing with 10 and a half men out there. It's one or the other, man.
What is going on? Episode 11, season 2.
Yes, sir.
We're really going to rename the format because that thing is mad confusing.
Mad confusing.
We got to go by number.
Exactly.
Start escalating it upward.
I want to know how many episodes we've done in 2 years. Probably 14.
Yeah, because we're horrible. Guys, we're here. We're talking about our game against the Red Bulls. The Dead Bulls. It was terrible, bro.
Terrible.
But before we get into the Red Bulls, there was some exciting news that happened in NYCFC world. And it was stadium news.
Woo!
Let's go.
For people on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, we're showing the renderings right now.
It looks beautiful. What I love, this modern out it's sexy, bro. With the projectors and it looks dope.
I thought it looks really dope. Also, I like the thing that they kind of suggested where they're we're part of the community and there's access to the stadium even when there's not a game.
Yeah,
and they kind of have those stores on the outside. And I thought that's really cool, man.
That is dope. Sponsor stadium. Dude Wipe Stadium coming up.
It better not be Dude Wipes, bro. That would be horrible.
No, that would be terrible. But look at this inside. You know what I like though?
What?
They have the smokes coming out. People can't really bring flares to Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Are they gonna allow it? Are we gonna have fireworks happening in our stadium?
Nah, man. I heard that MLS saw the renderings and they fined the team.
Crazy, bro. This looks sexy though, man.
I can't wait, man.
The only thing I'm a little disappointed in, and I know we probably don't usually have more than 25,000 fans anyways. I want more. So the max capacity is 25,000.
Yeah.
I feel like that's disappointing. We can't hold larger events let's say international friendlies, World Cup. We can't do things like that.
Yeah, but I mean, look at Red Bull Arena, though. I don't know how many they hold. I think they hold 38,000, I remember hearing.
No, really? That much?
I thought it was something like that. I mean, the thing is they only get, look it up. But it sucks to see an empty stadium, man. To see a stadium packed, I'd rather see that than there could be seats in the future, and that's what we want.
Bro, Red Bull Arena, 25,000. It's the same exact amount.
Damn, you guys got no fans over there. And it'd be mad empty.
That's what I'm saying. It looked empty. I mean, we weren't there at Red Bull Arena this Saturday, but it looked empty.
Yeah. I mean, you know what they do? I love how in soccer stadiums they be painting the seats the color of the uniform, so you think the seats are full.
No, they don't do that though, because they have blue seats on some of their things, so you can't really tell if it's you can tell. That's the problem. I think it's smart when they mask it. I'm all right, I can't really see it. I guess it looks packed in there. It actually works for me.
I heard though that for bigger games, we might still be using City Field.
I heard this. That is ludicrous and the dumbest thing you could do. You know what I did here?
What?
Another thing. Now that Aaron Rodgers is going to the Jets are thinking about coming to Queens.
Where did you hear that,
I'm
bro?
serious. I heard it from somewhere. The Jets might be coming to Queens, bro.
We're going to call this Stadium Wayne. There's going to be 5 stadiums back to back to back.
It looks nice. I'm excited for the stadium, regardless of size, regardless of everything else we're complaining about. It's gonna be dope. It's just exciting, man. I just wish it was gonna happen earlier, and it was a little bit bigger. I know. Well, we talked to Roberto, and Roberto was pushing the team for 30,000 seats.
Yeah.
Play-by-play Spanish radio announcer, if you don't know who Roberto is.
Well, and maybe there's a way to to expand on it, add vertically.
Nah, you can't do that though.
Why?
Because when you add vertically, then you get like horrible seats, and I don't want that.
Look at this professional architect over here. My man knows what he's talking about.
I actually want to talk to you about that because I saw people complaining that the stadium looks generic. So have you seen Nashville, right? The same, like, I don't know if it's the contractor, I don't know what you call it, but the same engineers or architects.
I thought it was the guys from Atlanta United.
They might be all like within the same thing, but I'm pretty sure that they at least had some input into the Nashville stadium, which looks I would actually admit that this does look similar to the Nashville stadium.
Okay.
Do you like it, or do you think, what I'm asking is, does the field look a little like, oh, anybody could have built this type of stadium, or does it look like, do you like the look of it?
I mean, what you want? You want some slides that go from one side to another? You want some teleporters? What else do you need from a stadium?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you got the stadium. It looks beautiful.
You got stores in it. It looks like they're gonna have a lot of space for like vendors. I don't know, man. I don't know what I don't know what the expectation is for like a super fancy stadium. What I do like is if you go back to where the seats are, it looks like you're protected from the rain, which I think is huge.
That's true. Wait,
That's a
but
big deal.
you're technically protected in Yankee Stadium too.
Oh, the baseball field? Yeah. But you're not protected in Philadelphia Union's trash stadium.
Oh, okay. What I'm saying is you're not getting but the players are still screwed. So when we get a rain delay, we're screwed. You know that.
Yeah, it's not gonna be indoors. You want an indoor stadium?
Retractable roof 2023. Well, we got to make sure the bare minimum is that the grass isn't turf.
It better not be.
That'll be awful. That's all I got.
Well, at least we talked something good, because this is the last time we recorded. It's been 3 losses, which is crazy. Or has it been 4 losses?
So yeah, we have to address that.
Yes.
So last episode we had Cavicho on.
Yes.
And the curse has been brought to our team.
And Sporting Kansas City's undefeated since that episode.
No, they lost the Open Cup game. But regular season games, yes, they're undefeated. They won 2 and they lost I believe they lost an Open.
What is that the whole thing? They beat like a scrubbalicious team. Like those guys were like not an MLS team.
You might be right. I mean, I'm not following Sporting Kansas City that closely. But point is, they're actually winning and we're losing. So Cavicho messed us up, saged the office. Like we got to do something here.
Cavicho, burn that jersey, the NYCFC jersey, until you move here. You have cursed this team, homie.
Yeah, he jacked us up, bro.
He jacked us
no
up
longer
big
invited
time.
to the show until we start winning again. And yeah, I had to pull out the Columbia jersey. That's how sad I was. Even though this should bring you more sadness because we suck right now. But it's
that jersey's fire though.
It is fire, bro. It's been a minute. I feel a little broad.
I know it makes you look good. They got you know what they do, the tight ones over there.
I like the V. I'm here looking at myself in the screen right now, guys, for all this Spotify. The V, I like the V. I feel like the V's undersold. Like it's a good look. Even though our Gotham one, the V was weird.
Yeah, V was like too low cut. I think
that was don't get me. I just need my high V's, get my chest popped out. All right, let's get into this Red Bull game.
I don't want to talk about this Red Bull game.
I mean, we don't have to. What else is going on in your day? It's only 9:24 at night, and I just want to get some sleep.
Yeah, let's talk about the Red Bull game.
All right. Let's get into this lineup first. First thing comes out, lineup. What did you think of it immediately? Immediate thoughts and reactions. Were you feeling confident once you saw this lineup?
I said, O'Toole. What did O'Toole show you that he could be out there? But honestly, when he was out there, I didn't think he played poorly. I think people feel differently. But my first thing was O'Toole and Gray. I was a little surprised. Also, because I didn't think Kufre played the last game. So I didn't understand the road. I understand Cushing was promoting.
Start the Open Cup game?
I didn't watch the Open Cup game. So actually, you would know.
I forget now, but
because but I think what threw me off was Gray and O'Toole. But honestly, I thought both of them were pretty solid in their positions. I
do have a gripe with Gray. I feel like offensively we just don't move with him. Like the ball is dead on the right side when it comes to Gray.
I agree. We didn't really have GP at all in the game.
Yeah.
But we had 69% possession. Also, he did have one really nice pass to GP.
Yeah.
Where he like lobbed it over the Red Bull player.
Yeah.
And GP started running with it. I was like, wow, that's a beautiful pass from Gray. But yeah, agreed. We didn't have like that same. Typically, we've been playing our game on the right side of the pitch.
Yeah.
And this game, we were never on the right side. We were on the left side watching the ball die with Talis Magno or the play die with Talis Magno over there.
You mentioned Talis Magno. I feel like we go over Talis Magno every game.
It's a little annoying. I'm a little annoyed by us.
But do we think? How did you think he performed? So there was one instance where Talis Magno did take a shot. It was on goal, but he had a wide open Santiago Rodriguez that it could have been an easy chip. It's times like this where we're gonna talk about players that are no longer on the team. But I miss Maxi. Like, I just miss somebody who had the vision to distribute the ball when we needed it to. Like, we have 4 individually strong, talented young players: Perea, Magno, Ledesma, and
GP.
Or Santi, sorry. And Santi. Like, but we're missing somebody to get these balls to these players. That's the issue. Like, it's like these individual performers, but something's not bringing the whole crew together. Like, the gel that we need together is not happening. And I don't know who could fill that. I mean, maybe Richie Ledesma is leading into that position where he becomes the full. I know he's the 10, but it's also like he's playing also like a kind of false 9 role with Santi, because they're both just moving. They're flowing wherever they want offensively, but at the same time, it's leading to nobody running over the top or nobody getting the ball to the guy who's running over the top. So I just don't know what the answer is.
I don't know, man. The more and more I've seen of Santi Rodriguez, the more I like Santi, man. I think he's playing super solid, and I think he is doing a great job passing the ball. But I
thought he was a little poor in the first half, though. In this game, I thought he could have played a little bit better. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought, but the second half, I thought he had like really good passes to a lot of good teammates. I thought there was a few times he made the ball flow, and we moved the ball. I mean, the thing is, we had 69% possession, and not all of that was like on the back end, just Barraza and Chanel passing it to each other. I thought, I don't know if you have that Cushing clip, but I thought we did a really great job of getting the ball to, close to the goal, but then we had just absolutely no finishing.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it is because Gray was playing. We played a lot on the left with O'Toole and Ledesma passing to left. And Talis Magno doesn't seem to like be able to distribute that ball on the left side. And he's killing me, man, because I like him so much. I think he's such a talented player, and I think he's so good. But I think when he gets the ball, the play dies. Yeah. It's like he holds it for too long, or he passes it, but it's not a good pass. And like that, it really hurts my soul how bad he's been playing lately.
Oh, let's get into the Nick Cushing clip you mentioned, because he kind of talks about this lack of intensity or play when you get closer to the goal.
If we were turning the ball over on the edge of our box and we were conceding 15 chances a game, I would think our build-up was complicated, and I would think that maybe we were trying too hard to play a possession game. But you can see in the Cincinnati game, you can see in the Charlotte game, you can see in this game, the possession stat backs that up. Otherwise, we'd have a low possession stat if we couldn't get it from our goal over the halfway line. We have enough offensive quality in our team to create goal chances. Do we have the chemistry and the balance? That's what we're working at.
He talks about the chemistry and the balance, and I think the chemistry is a big thing. I mean, it's crazy because these players have been playing with each other. It's not, other than Ledesma, these guys have been together, for a year now, right?
Yeah, but you had Maxi playing the 10. You had Santi on the right. You had Dati as striker, or Hebe as striker, or you had Talis Magno as striker. Like, this team and this formation, it's still pretty early on to be saying, oh, no, these guys should have chemistry because they've been on the same team together.
True. One thing I will say is this game is kind of crazy because we've passed the most we've ever passed in this season so far. Like, we made the most passes this game, and we had a ridiculous amount of possession time. I forget what it was, but it was like
69%.
69%.
At 68.5, it was around at a 69. Yes,
which is insane.
But
if I were to tell you, did we look dangerous? What would you say?
Most of the time, no.
We did nothing with the ball. I get it. We're playing from the back, But yes, we get to their half, which he's saying, look, if we weren't getting to their half and the buildup wasn't working, then you would see it in the possession stat. But at the same time, this possession doesn't matter if we're not dangerous at any point of the attack.
Gotcha.
You can have as much possession as you want, but you need to be also dangerous on the attack, and we're not. We don't gel. We're not having the right people run over the top. I just don't feel like we're dangerous, which is crazy because, like Cushing said, if you talked about Dallas a couple weeks ago, we thought we had everything solved, and we don't.
Yeah. But that's my thing, is that I think we're overreacting here. Like, I think there's a 3-game losing streak, but we scored 2 goals last game. I understand we didn't score a goal this game. And maybe it was the big difference was having Gray out there, because our killer on offense right now is GP, and GP was kind of a ghost in this game. We didn't see a lot
Well,
of
he
him.
had that one dangerous opportunity.
He did, and it was beautiful.
Yeah,
too.
hit the goal.
Like, he's the only one who's like assertive enough and honestly kind of skilled enough to make these dangerous shots, but we didn't play the ball through him a lot this game. So maybe that's our problem.
And so what would you say? I mean, nobody asked Cushing, but why not start Hellenic, or I always say his name wrong, but why not start him this game?
That's why I've been calling him Micha, so you don't have to mispronounce his name. But I mean, he's been saying rotation, right? Like, we got to get. I think Gray played well defensively. Honestly, I didn't think Gray was the reason we lost this game. We lost 1-0. Gray, the ball did bounce off Gray for that goal that went in, but I don't think. I thought you got to play Gray. Gray like got the bag. He made money from us. We expected him to be the starter. Micha's just playing so well. But if Micha started the last game, it's kind of hard to play these guys on such a short week.
Yeah, and the problem is, and I think his thought process was, we have Orlando City on Wednesday. It's not like we have them next Saturday, so you had to still have some type of rotation. But I feel like against a Red Bull team, when you know we have 2 more dangerous backs, go with Kufre, and then if you have to sub him at half, all right, but at least we tried these guys. And then he only made 1 sub. And it was Jason, and it was like in the 89th minute.
Yeah.
Do you give, at that point, are you feeling some type of way of Cushing? Is this his fault, this 4-game losing streak? Because yes, we always do this every year. We run into a losing streak where we look bad and then we bounce back. But this seems like, I feel like we seem a little more lost this time with this 4-game losing streak.
Are you saying, am I Cushing out or not Cushing out here?
You don't have to be that drastic, but
are you that drastic though? Are you in
no,
here?
I'm not. Okay, what if I am? Okay, play. So what are your feelings about those people who say Cushing out?
I just want to I hope you're not a Cushing out person, because we're brothers and that'd be bad. But
the show's over. We're done.
But I think people who are Cushing out are, no offense, not too smart. I'm not even going to use drastic words here.
Not too smart.
Not too smart.
That's pretty rude, bro.
But I just don't. Well, I guess this is what I'm trying to say. Maybe it is Cushing, but you can't be on the camp that we should have signed a striker and then also be on the camp that you're Cushing out. Because then if you're saying the reason we're losing is because we don't have a striker, then Cushing is playing with 10.5 men out there.
Yeah.
Not 11. And then you're going to say, well, he's the reason we're losing is because of him. It's one or the other, man. You can't be on both camps. And so we don't have a true striker. I think Santi's our best opportunity with the staff that we have, and I think he's trying to make it work. But I cannot blame Cushing for us being poor scoring goals, because I feel like that's the only place we really suck. Like, we get the ball in the box, we get the ball up the field, we have a strong midfield. I think somehow without Callens, we have played better than we have on defense all of last year. We gave up like a bajillion goals last year, it felt like. And now, maybe I'm wrong on that, but it feels like we're playing really strong defensively. And then here, the only thing we're missing is finishing, and we don't have a striker. So how do you blame that on Nick Cushing? So do I think the chemistry is a little off? Yes, but it is really hard to have good chemistry when you are missing players in a position that should exist on the pitch at all times.
Okay, so you're saying if there was, let's say Ronnie was the coach of this team, going back to Ronnie Dyla.
I hate when we go back. But yes, I don't think Ronnie would be doing any better.
So you think the results would still be the same right now?
Yes.
So you think our main problem is we don't have a striker?
Yes.
I,
Do you disagree?
I don't think it's as simple as that.
Well,
When you're playing against the Red Bulls, who are your rivals, your biggest team, and you have one substitution, and your tactic wasn't working for 89 minutes, where we weren't dangerous at all, you have to do something different.
Okay,
and we didn't do anything different. Why not put it? Move? Did Siegel get in? I don't even think Siegel got in. Try Siegel again.
Siegel? you see, this is I think this just validates my point. If the idea is, oh, maybe Siegel could do something for us, then maybe the debt is the problem.
No, but you could have put Micha in the game. You could have put Kufre in the game. You could have switched up the lineup to be more dangerous. And Nick Cushing didn't do that. So that's a problem on Nick Cushing. You can't blame Brad Sims for not making a substitution.
I mean, I agree with you. I do agree we should have had earlier, substitutions. I do think Cushing messed up this. But I think this 4-game losing streak, the biggest part of it has been not being able to create goals or convert our opportunities into goals. And I think the reason behind that is not having a striker.
I don't think it's... Well, I would say to combat that, has Barraza even gotten a clean sheet this year?
Yes, I think he has one clean sheet.
I don't think he does.
I think he does have one clean sheet.
One clean sheet, and we're talking.
Oh, and then those people who, because this is the first goal he gave up this year, where he actually was the mistake. Because if he would have been just a little, would have been stepped back just a little bit, he could have probably stopped it. Because he was off the line and he made this mistake this one time. Matt Free should be the goalie from now on, and Barraza shouldn't have a job in MLS. You guys are ridiculous, homie. You guys are so ridiculous. Barraza is a goddamn stud, and he's going to keep being a stud.
He does not have a clean sheet this year.
He deserves a clean sheet. That can't be right. You're only up to April 15th there.
That's when we started.
No, it's not.
Oh, no, sorry. Okay, he had one clean sheet against Miami.
But we've consistently said that he should have had more clean sheets. That we've given up these ridiculous set piece goals.
Oh, that's one positive. No set piece goal in 2 halves. Somebody's doing a tracker on Twitter about set piece goals. It's actually hilarious.
That was actually really funny. I think that was Corey. Shout out to Corey. I think it's Corey. We'll look him up. But I think Cushing in. I think Barraza in. I think you guys are being mad dramatic. Stop being babies, all right? God damn it.
So now with that loss, I mean, the East is kind of insane right now. We have 15 points. So we're tied with Orlando, who we're playing next, who that'll lead into our next conversation. But like, it's insane because you go from 10th, and then if you win, you could be like 4th. So like, it's wide open right now.
I know we were 5th place before this game.
Yeah, it's crazy. And one thing that Cushing also did mention was youth. But Red Bulls are one of the youngest. They're the youngest. I think we're the second youngest team.
Correct.
You can't blame it on youth. Like, you can't blame it on, oh, we're young. That's why we're losing. We need a. There's no excuse. You've had these guys for time enough. And he keeps going back to, like, I don't know when he still talks about like Ledesma playing for PSV and how he needs to rest. He doesn't need a rest. That was last year. But he has been with the team for how long now? Like, I'm done with these excuses.
Well, I think he made it sound like he was done with these excuses, right? Like, I heard him in this press conference, and I'm not trying to be a Cushing homer here, but I'm also trying to like give the man the benefit of the doubt. He hasn't had a full squad. How many games has Ledesma played for us? 3 full games? Like, what I'm saying is this guy does not have a starting 11. What are we expecting from him?
But then at the same time, we always talk about how dangerous this team is. We have all these young, talented players. So what is it? We don't have young, talented players, or we don't have the right system for these young, talented players?
Damn. I think we need a striker, honestly. I do think so. Like, I think we get a striker and these young talented players have someone to play around, and we don't have that. And it doesn't have to be Tati Castellanos, because he's the greatest striker that's ever played soccer. I understand you're not going to get him back, but we got to get someone who's dangerous there, man, because I really do think we have a great white ring. I don't know about Talis Magno. He's really breaking my little heart. But you put Santi back in the 10, you have a real striker with GP, and you either play Ledesma on the left if Talis Magno can't step it up, or something,
But
and then you have something. out
okay,
there.
if we're saying we still don't have a striker, right? We talked about this. Okay, now summer transfer window comes. Is it realistic that we get one? And how much time will then they have with us, right? We have a couple weeks with them before the playoffs. Is that enough time to actually make a difference?
A couple weeks? What are you talking? It's the beginning of July. We still have
When
2
does
months.
the summer transfer window open?
In July 1st. We have some time.
Oh no.
We got some time. We can get somebody. I don't know who. They know,
You know what's interesting?
Lee knows better than I do.
When we talked to Brad Sims, he talked about the strategy of getting players later because you get them for cheaper. More players open up because they thought they were going to leave and then they didn't leave. But when we look at the past with NYCFC, like we look at Gabriel Pereira, they got him in March. I think Talis Magno, they got him in March. So they got him in that first transfer window, not this summer one later on, which I don't know if they're going to do that. Like, I'm starting to feel like they're not going to do that this year because they would have got him before this window closed.
Source, who are they signing, bro? NYCFC source, let us know.
Yo, I think he put a picture up of Messi. I'm not even joking. Oh, did you hear the rumor going around now that I'm wearing a Colombia jersey?
Oh, James?
Yo, James, come papa. I'll be hype with James.
I would be hype. Even though
old,
everyone says he's a scrub and every team he plays with, he's trash.
he basically is.
I'll take him in a heartbeat. Also, we get the Colombian soccer base so hyped in Queens.
We need that. We have never had a Colombian player. Not well since we become
Yeah,
fans.
I don't think we have had a Colombian player.
Slacking.
That would be nice. That would be nice. Yeah, bro. We got to get somebody though. I don't think we should fill it with like a Josie Altidore type of situation where the man's 80 years old, because I don't think that's going to help us either. But I get we get someone who's like, fast, can play that position to open up some space, give us some pace, because right now we're like,
but
so
we thought
slow.
when we played against Dallas, we thought Santi was the answer.
But I still think he can do it. I'm really suffering with Talis Magno, man.
But Talis Magno's not playing the 10. Ledesma
no, but he's not playing the wing well. He's not getting the ball to the striker. The play, it feels like it dies with him. And I do think maybe Cushing or the Brazilian coach they got needs to talk to Talis Magno and say, stop playing, man. Like, learn how to pass the ball. Learn how to be part of the team. Because I do think that the ball dies with Talis Magno. I keep saying the ball. The play dies with Talis Magno. He holds the ball for too long. And then everyone's just like trying to figure out how to move around. But it's not, you can see it's not like a strategy. It's just him being so hesitant.
I feel like the chemistry is also not there. Like, somebody does a run and they just don't get him. Like, I seen Pereira do a run where Parks probably should have dished it and he just didn't dish it. And then we went backwards again. Like, we do that all the time where we could go forward and then we just pass backwards, go back the other way, come back this way. Let's push forward.
Once again, I hate that we're doing an episode where we're complaining, because I feel like
we lost to our rivals.
I know, but something that I hate that I want to talk about, but I want to talk about it, is I feel like Parks has like lost a step this season, man. Like, and my theory is right. The dude's had that same blood clot injury for like 2-3 years in a row. Is he like too scared to play at 100%?
No, I think he had a rough game. I don't think he's had a bad. No,
really. I feel like this season I see him lose the ball a lot.
I think you're forgetting Sands and Parks. Once Sands came in, like that transition from from the back line to midfield was like seamless. Like, it flowed so well. So Parks did have a rough one. I felt like he had a rough game.
He had a rough game.
He had a couple turnovers, but I don't think Parks is losing. I think there's been times where Parks opens up the field and he does that 1-2 pass that actually gets a striker or an offensive player in a dangerous position. So I
Yeah.
disagree with the Parks.
I just feel like some of his intensity is not there where it used to be. And I'm wondering if he's like
he
a
gets
little
mad all the
hesitant.
time, though. If we're
No,
talking about
intensity, like-
emotional,
like stamina, like running around the field, like being more aggressive. Like sometimes when the ball's in the air, I feel like I see him a lot of him standing still versus like
I think it's
making moves.
frustration because you've
Yeah.
seen him visually frustrated out on the
Yes,
field, and I think
yes.
I don't know what's going on. It seems like it's a locker room thing where people are getting frustrated, and it just could be because they're not performing well.
Yeah,
So I mean, once they always say winning solves everything, right?
that is true. One last thing on the substitutions thing. I agree with you. I do think we should have had substitutions earlier in this game, but I like to note that Ronnie Dyla was horrible with substitution. So
That's a
right, we
fair-
won a championship with him. I understand, but that man wouldn't have substituted until the 95th minute. So like,
That's a fair point.
and people always criticize them for that.
No, that's a fair point.
So
And then we get mad at Nick Cushing when he substitutes too much. So you can't win with us. We're welcome to New York.
But we're not cushing out in this podcast because that's a ridiculous thought at this point. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
All right, let's get into this Orlando City. You did the homework. Shoot.
Orlando City 4-3-4, and they're 11th in the division. 4 wins, 3 ties, 4 losses. I'd say, wow, these guys are really trash. But we're 10th in the division.
We're right there with them with points.
We're 4-5-3, so can't really be talking trash.
And we're 0-5-2 on the road. Don't forget the road record.
Oh yes, and we're 0-5-2 on the road. So that's not great. Also, for some reason, we really suck against Orlando City away. In the last 9 games, I'm here trying to come up with stats. I'm here trying to be informative. We are 1-5-4 in the last 9 away games.
Wow.
So we suck.
And please correct us if our stats
Wait,
are wrong.
I just said 1-5-4, which adds up to 10.
So Danny did a tweet earlier this week too, where he's like, "What did you say again?"
I said that no, but the dude on Apple Podcast said it
All right,
first.
but
I like to say it, but
just-
yeah, in the tweet I said we have only 8 wins out of 33 games.
Yeah,
with Tati Castellanos leaving the team. That's what was the stat.
Okay.
But I just want to justify my own stat here. The dude on Apple TV said,
math.
I quote, he said, we have been 8-25 since Tati left. So I took 8 plus 25 and came up with 33.
But
I think he meant
8 out of 25.
Out of 25. So I misunderstood. It's my Spanish accent. But yes.
Yeah, so don't rely on Danny's stats. I mean, did you?
But
fix
you did
this?
do the research.
Yeah. So what actually is, which is still an alarming stat, they're 10-28 in regular season and playoff games since Tati's left,
Which is really bad.
which is crazy.
Which just proved. Oh, and I like to point out here that means Cushing has not had a striker since Tati. I mean, he had Hebe, so I don't want to get. And I love Hebe.
And yeah, Habed actually scored in like 2 of those playoff games where we won. So you can't really knock Habed.
No, you can't knock Hebe. Hebe is great too. So you guys talking trash about Hebe? Stop.
Oh my! Nobody's even talking about Habed. I don't know who got you mad today, bro. It's 9:50. You're done, bro.
All right. So point is, we are very bad against Orlando City away, and we have just been very bad away. So not great. Of course, these guys, their top scorer is Maguire with 4 goals, which isn't great. That's probably why they only have 4 wins. And they also have Facundo Torres.
I think Santi's our highest scorer, and he's got 4 goals.
And we got Facundo. Of course, they got Facundo Torres. The guy's been rumored to sign with Arsenal soon. So, the team it was expected to play better because they actually have really good players. They haven't been playing well, so we'll see what happens. It's gonna be scary.
Now let's get into this lineup. If we were gonna say what our lineup will be, are we going with the Clásico, the one that we feel most comfortable with? That we said this was the lineup that after that FC Dallas game, we're like, we're never losing again, bro. Santi is our number 9, and he's gonna kill it. for all the Spotify listeners, this is what the lineup we have projected. Barraza, Yannick, Thiago Martins, Chanot, Cufre, Sands, Parks, Ledesma, Perea, Santi Rodriguez, and Talis Magno. Yeah. How do we feel about this? Well, first, this probably won't be the lineup because we're coming off a very short game. We just played Saturday and we're playing now Wednesday against Orlando.
I mean, I think because you sat O'Toole and Micha, you can play them. You can play Kufre.
Yeah,
Micha,
that's a positive.
and
But some of these attackers, I think you're gonna have to let rest.
Yeah, maybe let Magno rest. You know what? He needs the time off. All right. Put in Pellegrini.
To talk about that, we let Magno rest in the Open Cup game, and what did we do? We lost. I mean, he came in halfway. He came in at halftime, but doesn't mean we don't have depth. You know what I mean? Like
just 2 weeks ago, we were talking about how much debt we would have
No.
and what's gonna happen when we sign a striker. Who are you gonna sit when we have so much talent? But no, I think you got to put Magno. Honestly, I don't think Magno played well. And I think maybe we should try something else on the left.
Who are you gonna put on the left?
Jason. or try I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm sad. Yeah.
I think Zico probably gets to start this game.
I think you're bugging.
No, I really do, because I think he's gonna try to rest people, because I think Santi played in the Open Cup game too. It's just I think you're gonna see Sigo at some point in this game, just because we've had so little time to rest.
And who would you sit if you want to start Sigo?
I think you probably sit Santi or Ledesma, and then they come in at half, and then one of these guys play the 10. I mean, that's really your answer there. I don't know.
I'm sad, but we'll turn it around. Also, I just want to throw out there, I know I mentioned this 17 times beforehand, but Barraza better start this game. I better not see our boy or your boy, what's his name, Freese.
Talking about that, another thing we should mention, the back line, Chanot and Thiago, they might not start, but Chanot definitely might not start. So that leads like an Alfaro starting or something like that, or you could have Gray as a back instead of as a center back instead of a right back.
Maybe they'll try. They did that where you put Sands where Chanot was, and then put Alfredo Morales there, or put Alfredo Morales where Chanot is. Or I heard Alfaro played well on the Open Cup game. I think he was the highest rated player on our team, which is sad, but maybe he can make the starting squad this Sunday.
I guess we'll see.
Wednesday,
but I definitely don't think we're gonna see this per se lineup, and I think there's gonna be a lot of rotation. So we'll see what comes out of it.
I mean, the thing is, we don't have a game next Saturday.
But it doesn't take the fact that these dudes' legs are tired from that.
Yeah, they can rest after this game. They got a long trip home.
Says the guy who's sitting on a couch right now, sitting at a desk all comfortable.
Yeah, agreed. But I mean, I think you don't want a 5 loss in a row, bro. So is it 5th? Is it 5th loss? Is it really?
Yeah, it's gonna be 5 if we lose to Orlando City.
Yeah. Well, I hope we win.
And maybe, of course, we hope we win.
Yeah. If I was our boy, the coach Cushing, I would probably start our best lineup, so then we don't come in their 5-game winning streak after a long break.
And then who do we play? Philadelphia Union after Orlando City, right?
We do, I think, at home. No, wait.
Yeah, we do at home.
Yeah, we do at home.
This is crazy. And then we play Cincinnati, then New England. Like, this doesn't get any easier.
It does not get easier.
I feel like we were all banking on that Red Bull game to like, okay, we're coming back.
Yeah,
we'll be fine.
And
then we lost to one of the worst teams of the East. and
now, it was so close to home too.
Yeah, no excuse.
Man, no, but the drive to New Jersey does take a lot out of you, though.
Bro,
that toll's expensive.
And those chemicals, that smell right when you cross over the bridge.
Yeah, those power plants, you smell it right there, bro.
Bro, drain up all your energy.
That's why the school zones are so bad.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't even know if that's true.
All right, let's get into our betting lines after being depressed. We're super depressing right now.
Yes.
And what do we got?
All right. So as per where we lose most of our money, FanDuel, we are plus 220 to win the game, plus 230 to tie the game, and plus 110 to lose the game for Orlando City to win. So the odds are not in our favor as per Vegas.
Yes. I mean, they haven't been in our favor for a while now.
That is very true.
Well, I mean, we've been on the road, but
that is true.
what would you take? What would you take?
I think the tie at plus 230 hopefully is the most solid bet we get out of here. Once again, I said that we have a very bad record against Orlando City away, even though I got the number wrong by one. Never got that corrected. But we're just not playing well away. But so if I had to do it, honestly, I say the tie no bet. Take a NYCFC a tie no bet that's plus 144, which means if you tie the game, you just get your money back. And if you win the game, you make some money. So and the odds are a plus, which means you make a little more money than what you bet in.
That's
so
that's a strong bet. Plus 144. So you bet 100, you get 144. I like those odds. I mean, and then if the tie, you just get your money back.
Yeah.
Or maybe do a little same game parlay action and get really risky. No, don't do that, guys.
If there was a bet that I could parlay the tie no bet and Talis Magno will not score, I'd take that bet.
Yo, why are you such a Talis Magno hater, bro?
I mean, I want him to succeed. We made Talis Magno stickers. We thought he was going to succeed. I just feel like he's just not living up to his hype and his contract, and it makes me sad. And I really hope he can turn it around.
All right, final score. What do you got?
1-1 tie.
1-1 against Orlando. I'll go, and I always go positive, but even though I've been complaining this whole episode, I go 2-1. We eke it out, and Barraza doesn't get another clean sheet.
Barraza, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry they keep doing you dirty. You deserve the wins, the clean sheets. You really do, my boy.
All right, any final words? I'm just excited to play at home again. I miss home, bro.
Me too, man. It's so hard to record a podcast after a away game. Go back to the good old days.
Let's go back to the good old days. Are we shooting an episode between? We might have a Orlando recap. We might not. We're extremely lazy.
Let us know if you want one. If one person says they made it this part of the episode and they want it, we'll record an episode.
All right, yeah.
Peace.